Right, but if you have the budget, you should also pick up one of these badge shirts right here. SplitFrame.net's very own Chun-Li, are you the victor or the defeated? Now these shirts were an EVO exclusive at the time, where they launched at EVO, and they were the artwork such great.
Right, it's Motoki Yoshihara. If you follow him on Twitter, it's Yoshihara Game. He basically has like the best art like of all Street Fighter. It's like ridiculous. So.
Right.
But
speaking of ridiculous Street Fighter, you guys had one hell of a Grand Finals match, I must admit. And that journey, just in general, onto Grand Finals, you guys were playing your hearts out. Both, shout outs to both of you first and foremost.
Yeah. So actually, I want to talk to you first, Rom. Here. So you came down here last Vanguard. We had Kelvin John make Grand Finals, and now here you are making Grand Finals as well. I mean, just from your standpoint now, you obviously play a lot with NorCal. How do you feel the two scenes compared to each other?
I think that maybe NorCal has a higher concentration of like what you might say the top players are, and SoCal is like a smaller amount.
Right.
But I think the overall skill level in SoCal is higher. Like you'll run into more people that are like, oh, like this guy's good.
Anybody could knock you out
Yeah.
of the tournament, basically.
Yeah, I was looking through my bracket and I was like, I don't know anybody, but that doesn't matter. I mean, so like you could lose to anybody, especially in SoCal.
Right. So, how many NorCal players did you travel down here with? How many was there total?
I came down with only 2 people. It was myself, PH, James, and LPN.
Okay. Now, the interesting thing to me is, like, obviously, back in the Third Strike days, you were super well known. You were probably one of the best players, if not. I mean, I remember talking to some of the NorCal guys. They were saying, like, you were the best Third Strike player in NorCal for a while with your Yang. And then 4, you didn't play as much. But then at EVO in Street Fighter V, you kind of made like a little splash coming back there with your match versus Infiltration. You know, you came so close about that. Can you talk to me about that match? Like, do you feel like you had it and you could have taken that one?
The first match went well. I mean, obviously, it went well because I won. But the second and third match, I started playing kind of unnaturally because, you know, I'm one up on him and I want to close it out, so I want to play as safe as I can. And then I just started kind of like turtling and doing really stupid things. I was like dashing back and jumping back and all this other stuff. And by the time I realized, I was like, oh, he's not chasing me. Like, I need to come after him. It was already like second round, match 3. And I was like, oh, it's a little too late.
Right. So, I mean, but you have been playing this game a lot then, right?
Yeah, I've been playing this game a lot. The reason I came down here is because, you know, like post-EVO, everyone's just kind of like, oh, we're going to take a break. But I realized, you know, if I want to do well, if I want to keep increasing my skill level, like, you know, I have to go to other places. So I planned, this was super last minute. I didn't.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I
From what I heard from LPN, yeah, you guys just scrambled together to make this trip.
Yeah, I think we made the final plans on Wednesday. And then we got the car Friday, and I was like, all right, let's do this.
Nice. Good stuff.
Pretty clutch, yeah.
Now, Chris, you're taking it here with Ken, and in this, I guess, arena that you're kind of used to, though.
Yeah.
But,
not your first rodeo, is it?
No.
I mean, I guess talk to me about, your match here. Obviously, Rom sent you to loser's bracket, right? So what changed in between the winner side match and this grand finals?
I think I was respecting him a lot in winners, and I was very afraid to press buttons against him. He played phenomenal throughout the entire set in winners and in grand finals because it was not a breeze at all. Every single match was very tense and very close. With that being said, he's gotten a million times better than the last time that I played him at Northwest Majors, and that was a significant difference. And honestly, I was not to offend, but I was not expecting all of that.
Right.
Especially since one of my training partners is Michael Nuss, so I know the Vega matchup.
Right.
Another SoCal Vega player, right.
The way he played it was just completely different, and I was just not expecting it. He played very, very well, though.
Dude, yeah, just sorry to go back to you, but, you had some sick Vega tech.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
There were some times where you had the body hops were completely ambiguous. We couldn't even tell which side it was on until the hit, till like 3 hits afterwards.
Yeah,
so
I know, right?
Wow.
It was like crush, counter, slide, backdash into roll, and then somehow you're on the other side, dude. It was like
that was
crazy.
sick. I've never seen that before, but shout out to you, man.
Yeah.
I tried that on him, and then, but when I did it on him, I was like, Wait, now he's uppercutting. Like,
Yeah.
oh no, now
It's not-
now I'm in a mix-up.
In the final set, I just wanted to uppercut him.
Yeah.
I didn't want to respect it anymore.
Yeah, I was like,
And
oh no.
I think that gave me the edge. But
Well,
to also answer your question from earlier when you asked him about the two scenes, everything that he said, I completely agree. Everything
Okay,
that he said,
okay.
where like SoCal has a large group of really good players, but NorCal has the top players that
Right,
are really
right.
good. You know
It's
what
a
I
lot
mean?
more concentrated
But
in
it's
the area.
I think we're very close. I
it's
think
funny
NorCal and
because that's
SoCal's
how
very
I
close.
I agree.
that's how I usually describe like the restaurant situation.
Oh,
like
yeah?
NorCal
Oh,
has
yeah.
like the best, but SoCal has like great
Oh,
restaurants
yeah,
everywhere.
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But
that makes sense.
so let me ask you this question here. So last Vanguard, Chris G won it,
Yeah.
right? Would you have liked to had Chris G here at this event so that you felt like you went through him to take this Vanguard, or you know what, you got first place, you're cool with it?
It wasn't like playing against Rom. Didn't give me
Yeah,
that
right,
same
yeah, yeah,
satisfaction. He's a really good player. Chris G's a really good player. I play Chris G at Wednesday night fights, and I don't want to deal with Guile. Good. He's not here. He's not here. I don't want like. Why should I want? You know. But I mean, I play Chris G all the time at Wednesday night fights, so it's a good matchup experience.
Okay.
Now, Ram, really quickly, I just wanted to know, you were sitting in the winner's side of things going into grand finals. Once Chris Tatarian got that reset off of you, what was going on through your mind when you took that small little break? What was going on through your mind? Like, what did you feel like you needed to do in order to keep him at your pace?
So what I felt I needed to do was, excuse me, was to basically slow the match down. Like it was moving way too fast for Vega. Vega doesn't want to fight at that speed, and I wanted to slow it down, but I made the mistake of playing too defensively.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I started backing up more, and then all of a sudden I was like in the corner at least like once every round, and I was like, oh, whoops! You're supposed to hold down back if you want to slow it down. You don't have to hold back.
That makes
And I made that mistake. I helped him corner me, and I was like, oh, this is probably not where I want to be.
Yeah, I saw a few times in your play there were some missed opportunities. You got Chris Tatarian to bite into numerous
Shimmies,
throw
man,
baits,
huh?
yeah, but it wasn't necessarily
I
a
felt
throw.
like an idiot.
Yeah, you
There
caught
was
him.
good
You
dates.
caught him a lot of times using crouch strong right at the optimal range where
Yeah.
you wouldn't get hit. But then I saw a little bit of doubt in your gameplay. Now, was that something you weren't ready for? Or just were you anticipating something else in that kind of scenario? I know you were training for that, getting those shimmies, but just give me like a little insight of how Vega is supposed to operate in terms of baiting the shimmies and what he should be doing.
So the way I normally play is if I want to shimmy somebody, I'll walk forward, walk back, and I commit to the shimmy. I don't
Right.
look for something
Yeah.
to whiff. I'm just gonna assume
Okay.
like he's doing something. And then as the set went on, and he started like doing more uppercuts on wake up, then I was like, all right, maybe I should look for this instead
That
of
makes
committing.
sense, yeah.
And then I saw it, and then didn't do anything. And I was like, all right, I'll get him next time. And then it happened, and I didn't do anything. I was like, all right, this is like starting to like snowball way out of control because I just wasn't, I wasn't like hitting any buttons.
Nice. Now, so Chris, I mean, look, you're playing here in Southern California. Southern California has such a long pedigree of like really strong players. Obviously, NorCal as
Yes,
well.
yes.
But like I said, Ram has been around for a while. Has been a strong player for a very long time. You started in Street Fighter 4. If you ask people who the best person in SoCal is, your name comes up a lot, right? Now, you're kind of like maybe the new generation of SoCal,
Yeah.
carrying on that SoCal torch.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
I mean, I'm very honored that my name is. I'm very honored that my name is brought up. But it's not just me. It's everybody that's at Wednesday night fights as well. They're just as good of a player as I am. We're just trying. I just get the better hand of it whenever we play against each other.
Hey, you're
But we have people like Brent,
Right.
Stupendous, who just got sponsored.
Right.
Mike Elna, Mark Teddy when he comes out, Anton, everybody, Futile. These are really really good players, and Chris G as well. Chris G is arguably one of the best in SoCal.
And you just recently got sponsored as well
Yes.
by EVB, and
Yes.
so they're going to be sending you out to a lot more events
I
now,
hope so.
right?
I hope so.
How have they been treating you so
Dude,
far?
EVB is awesome. Absolutely awesome. They completely blew me out of the water when it came to sponsors. So, coming from the Street Fighter 4 generation, that felt weird saying that. But we don't trust sponsors.
Yeah.
a lot.
No, I understand, yeah.
It wasn't a huge thing as it is now.
Yeah,
But,
definitely.
uh-huh.
And
It's less legit.
they have been. Every thought that I had about a shady sponsor, they completely diminished that. They are absolutely amazing,
Okay.
perfect. They're taking care of me. very sweet. It's more of a family than it is a business
Nice.
to me. So I'm enjoying it, having a good time. Shout out to my sponsors.
So just have to ask EVB, how does EVB ROM sound? No, I'm just kidding.
How does anything wrong sound? I mean, like, we need to get this man on the board.
Yeah, I mean, like,
that was a
honestly,
really exceptional play.
Is that something you're looking for? Are you trying to look to get sponsored and maybe start really getting into the tournament circuit?
I mean, honestly, I'm not actively searching for it. If it happens, it happens. But I mean, I have my own goals, and sponsor or not, I intend to go to a bunch of different tournaments, play all these different people, and just get better and see how good I can get. I don't need a sponsor for that, but if a sponsor is willing to help me out with that, then
Can't say no.
It'll be a really
Yeah.
good idea to sponsor Ram, not only because he's a really good player, but he's from the older generation as well, and he's still performing really, really well in this game. He did really good at Evo.
Yeah, like I said, almost took out Infiltration. So
I'm
That's quite the feat.
like an old model car. It's still
Yeah, but I mean, everybody loves Ram. Nobody really has any beef with him. Nobody has any problems. People.
I have
He's
a
a,
beef
he's
with
a very
him.
marketable
I'm
guy.
kidding.
He's a very-
No,
He's a
I'm
marketable
kidding.
guy, but let me
No,
tell you
no,
about this
for
guy
sure,
about
for sure.
his third strike days. Let me
Yeah,
tell you
I
about
know.
I mean, that's in your generation. I'm a little too young for all that third strike talk.
No, honestly, Ram has always been one of the strongest players. I've known him for many years. Very, very cool guy. I'm always happy to see him, especially coming down here to SoCal and popping and eliminating all of our SoCal. But wait a minute, I don't like this guy at all. No,
Wait a minute.
That doesn't sound like we like him.
Thank you for laying the smackdown a majority of SoCal by taking second place and crushing some dreams today.
Yeah,
It was-
exactly. But like I said, Kelvin did the last time. He's just
Yeah.
carrying on the tradition.
But he did it in a more honest way.
He played
This
Vega.
guy, I love you, Kelvin.
He played Vega. That's honest enough.
That's
playing
on,
Vega.
yeah. Well, more honest than Minka.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Let's
That's
just
not
agree
even
to
an
that.
argument.
Let's agree to
So I
disagree.
mean, after we saw Flash do really well at Combo Breaker, a lot of people are like, "Oh, Vega."
Yeah.
And, you've been playing Vega very well for a while now. Where do you actually see Vega stands in terms of the tier list?
honestly, a lot of people disagree with me, but I think Vega is a top 5 contender. I think he's really hard to play in the sense that he gets mauled. I mean, he mauled me. When he got me into the corner, I was just like, oh no, I don't have a reversal. You have to take it. But I think it's all theory. Tier lists are mostly theory. So,
It's
but
all an opinion at the end of the day.
yeah, I feel that if Vega's played perfectly, or
That's exactly right. That's what you're saying is exactly
If you just
right.
don't make any mistakes, you'll be
Period.
fine.
Yeah.
Right?
Hit confirm 100% of the time with maximum potential damage. I think you'll be just fine.
yeah, I mean, if you play him, well, not okay. You don't even need to play him perfectly, but I feel if you play him to near perfection,
Right.
he's a super difficult character to deal with. It's really hard to get in on him. He does a lot of damage. He's got good health. He's got all the tools except for maybe
Reversal.
reversal.
Right,
And
yeah.
that's a big thing in SF5. So I think that's why a lot of people, especially other Vega users, they think he's garbage. And I'm just I don't think so. A character that can do all that, I don't think he's garbage. He might not be top 5. I might be wrong, but
Right.
he's not garbage at all. No way.
Now, I mean, you've had a lot of success with Ken now, right?
Oh my God. Are you gonna hit me with this
Yeah, I'm
question
gonna
right
ask
now?
you again because
Just so everybody can blow me up for what I'm about to say?
After all this time, you've been winning a
my
lot more.
God.
Is there a reevaluation, or do you still
No.
think Ken is
Okay. I
Here we
don't
go.
think Ken is bad. I don't.
right?
Every character
Okay.
in this game is
Yes.
really good. Some a little better than most, like Chun, Ryu.
Yeah, of
Ken.
course, of course.
Okay, I think Ken stands somewhere between 8 or 9, so in that range.
Wait, 8 or 9
Because-
out of what? The entire
Out of
roster?
the
or-
entire
So halfway,
roster.
halfway.
Halfway, because you have to,
Mid
just like he said. I think
Hey, I'm
nobody can
smiling. Rom's laughing.
Hold on, hold on,
Jeremy
hold on.
has
Let me-
that look.
See,
He
are
has
you
the-
gonna let me? You're gonna
Yeah,
let me
go ahead,
explain,
go ahead,
right?
go
You gotta
ahead,
let me.
go
You
ahead,
gotta
go
let me
ahead, go
explain.
ahead, go ahead.
You have to be a very strong fundamental player to play Ken.
Yeah.
That's why
I
people
agree,
like
yeah.
Momochi are having success with them. You can't just pick up Ken and expect to beat people that
Yeah.
are really, really good fighting game players. You have to have a lot of knowledge of just fundamentals in itself. He does do a lot of damage, yes, but he has to deal with a lot of characters that can keep him out.
Yeah, I agree. Everyone really hates Ken because, especially in the early days of SF5, the really early days,
Yeah.
people just didn't know how to deal with him, and so he seemed super cheap.
Right.
The thing with Ken
Seems
is that,
crazy.
which is not easy, is in neutral, a lot of my damage comes from hit confirming. You know,
Yeah.
and to hit confirm the neutral is not an easy thing in this game, especially when Momochi hit the low forward super
Right,
at Stunfest.
yeah.
That was just like,
I didn't know you could do that.
I
it
heard,
was-
I heard he actually just sits there and practices that.
well, I mean, that's a really good way for a Ken player to practice his hit confirms. Once you get low forward super down, a little more times than not getting it down, you start realizing that medium kick roundhouse and back strong fierce is a little easier to hit confirm.
Okay.
There's a little
And
more
it-
leeway, yeah.
Yeah, there's a little more leeway, but you have to be able to hit confirm. And if you cannot hit confirm with Ken, you're not going to perform well with him. You're not going to get the damage that, oh, Ken's damage. And just for the record, nearly 90% of the cast does just the same amount of damage as Ken in the corner, right? For example,
yeah.
Karen's damage into a little like jab, reset,
yeah.
dash up. How much percentage are you eating if you get hit by that combo?
A lot.
Like, a lot of damage, right?
yeah, yeah.
Birdie, a lot of damage. Ryu, a lot of damage. People just talk about Ken's damage, but they're not even seeing how it's coming from. You're making the mistake for me to whiff punish with medium
Right.
kick roundhouse. You're whiffing something for me to get the sweep, and I'm now in your face.
Yeah, that
You
makes
get what I'm saying? You're making the mistake, and that is why I'm hitting you hard for it. Vega just has to hit you a lot more. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
that makes
Yeah, yeah.
I think Vega's just cheap.
He can just Vega can
think it's
control
cheap.
the matchup is in. This is how I think of Vega Ken. I think the Vega Ken matchup is in Vega's favor in the neutral. He's completely dominating, but once I get in, Vega has to deal
Yeah,
with
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So it's a very
That's-
shifting.
It's like the story of Vega.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, but
exactly.
That's the story of
Uh-huh.
Vega, and that's the story with Ken as well. I have to deal with a lot of buttons. Chun-Li, a lot of characters have good normals that
Yeah,
can keep Ken
yeah.
up. But once I get in, if you make that mistake, now
you
you're going to
can-
pay the price, and
right.
now you're in my mix. You get what I'm saying?
yeah.
But one tech of the throw, you're out of it. You can
right.
continue to press your really good normals again. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
That's
absolutely.
how, yeah.
Absolutely. So,
So no, I don't think Ken is the worst character in the game.
okay, no,
I
fair,
know
no,
you were
no.
trying to get that
No,
out
no,
of me.
no, no,
I know
no.
you were.
I know you don't think he's the worst. I know you don't think he's the
I
worst.
just want people to
so-
understand
if you
why.
still
Yeah, no, right. I just want
Opinions
people
are
to
opinions.
understand.
Forget the naysayers.
Yeah,
do what
yeah,
you got to
yeah,
do.
yeah.
That's why you got EVB on your back.
Yeah,
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 exactly,
definitely.
exactly. But I mean, you were also. I noticed you played mostly clawless versus Ken. Does that just
Right,
feel
I
like
like
a better matchup situation?
So when I was playing against him, I was actually experimenting. I was like, because I felt like when I played him with claw on, I felt like I couldn't convert. Like he would have something, and I would do like low medium punch,
Yeah.
like low strong,
That's what
and
we
then
were mentioning
and then
earlier,
it would
too.
end there. Yeah, I can't do anything. But once I took claw off, and then things that he would just get hit with the normal. Now, like I could hit him with the target combo, or if I had meter, I would do the roll, stuff like that. So Vega with claw is, a lot of people don't like playing him with claw, but I think he's really strong in claw. But I think that maybe in the Ken matchup, like no claw is better.
No claw seemed to bother me a little more because I knew I could not whip something because it's
Right,
leading to damage instead of just getting checked.
Yeah.
Right.
Checked. Obviously, this is annoying, when the claw is hitting you from far away. But once you had the claw off, now you're
Scared to
prone
like,
to shimmy.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because if you were to get, up close and personal as Vega, you get caught like off guard and you still have the claw on, you're gonna have a really hard time getting out of that scenario.
Yeah,
So
when
that makes perfect sense.
when people are in your face and you don't have, or you have the claw on, it's such a hassle.
Yeah.
It's like,
Right.
please get away from me.
Yeah. I just want to switch stances, man. Just let me play. Just let me play.
There was one round where like I wanted to take the claw off, but he like jumped at me, and I was like, oh no,
Yeah.
he's not letting me.
You need to have one of those things where you can like hold a button at the start of the round to start in clawless mode or
That's-
something,
That would be sick.
that-
That would be really sick.
After
Yeah.
that, like it's all round whatever fight, I just backdashed immediately. Took it
Yeah.
off. I was like, all right,
Yeah.
none of that. Like,
Yeah, I saw you wait for a couple opportunities for Chris to throw a fireball so that you could change stances.
yeah, it was like,
You're taking that damage, making it worth it. It's like,
Yeah,
all right, I'll take a
exactly.
few points of damage just to, defend myself up close,
yeah, I was like, please let me take this claw off.
So I mean, you're gonna make it back to the upcoming Vanguard events, right? To keep trying to build some points and build a lead.
Well, I mean, I'm already qualified for the.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Then
You already
let me
qualified for the
win.
North because you won
Then
the.
let me win.
Yeah, yeah.
no,
that's right.
we can't do
I
all
mean,
that.
you could come back next
Yeah,
month
but
and
that's
try
what I was-
again.
I was
I mean, you
gonna
got
ask,
points, right?
oh, it's monthly?
Yeah, are you
Oh, okay.
are you gonna come back for some of the other Vanguards as well?
I want to. Honestly, I had no idea how this thing worked. Like, like LPN just told me, like, yeah, there's a tournament in SoCal. You want to go? I'm like, all right. And then I was like, wait, it's like a qualifying
So the
tournament? I was
points
like,
for this gets you into the proving grounds, and if you win the proving grounds, you get to go to the battlegrounds, which is the qualifier for Capcom
Cup. Yeah.
Cup. Yeah,
oh, what?
it's a lot of
You're
steps. It's
getting
a lot of
points,
steps.
But before that, you're still going to get, handsome amount of prizes here in SoCal because I don't know if you saw towards your left,
Oh.
got some of that stuff for you guys too.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. Prizes.
Yeah,
Prizes.
you're not playing for nothing here. You're playing for really good opportunities from Red Bull, being able to move on to the proving grounds, and this is also one step closer to being best of the best here.
And
getting
it's
that
practice,
experience.
and it's fun. So it's always good seeing all these guys again.
I had a lot of
all
fun
the
here.
time, so
Definitely. So again, much appreciated you guys coming out, Chris.
No, thank you.
Always a pleasure watching you guys play. You guys gave us so much, so much to
good
look
stuff.
forward
It was
to.
good
Yeah, as you guys grow and develop
Good.
even more
Good.
in the game.
Yeah.
So again, always fun to watch you guys play, as always.
cool.
Much
So, but yeah,
appreciated.
keep it up, and if you guys want to have a chance to give a shout outs, like where can people follow you on Twitter and stuff like that?
Or just hi to your family and friends and your mom.
Yeah,
whatever.
unless you're like, I don't want to talk about
don't-
my Twitter.
I don't think my mom watches this.
Make her watch you.
I mean, my Twitter is at AfroRom. No one really knows I'm on social media, and that's whatever. I don't. That's fine. But
Well, they will now. So there you go. Follow AfroRom on Twitter.
I've been trying to, or been meaning to change that too. I mean, it's gone.
Yeah,
So.
Afro's gone.
The old school. We know why you're named AfroRom. It's all good. So
And just thank you to Red Bull for hosting the event.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the prizes. Thank you for everything. Thank you to Alex Vai. Thank you to every person watching. Thanks to my family, the man upstairs, and and to EVB.
Definitely don't want to forget that. Yeah, that's very
I
important.
cannot forget that.
you forget it.
Too
It's
many
like
things to
the
remember
Next
sometimes.
announcement: Chris is no longer. No, just kidding.
no.
I'm sorry. No, but thank you everybody for watching and tuning
Yeah,
in.
cool. Hey, good job. Good job.
Chris.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Rom, great stuff, buddy.
All right, cool. And again, this is monthly, so but there's a lot of events. So August 6th is the next one. That's the one
That's
that's going to
right.
be in Toronto.
correct.
So check that out, and keep an eye on Level Up Live. Follow them on Twitch, so when the next Vanguard starts up, you'll be notified. So,
That's right.
but thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we did. So,
Absolutely.
all right.
Have a good night.